Hello my fellow Ebinskis, today's video is going to be another headcanon video. It is, drumroll please, I just slapped my computer for that one. What if Hunter x Hunter characters were real? So let me explain. In this video, I'll give the nationalities and also ancestries, occupations, and other fun things about the Hunter x Hunter characters that I imagine they would have if they were real. This video is meant to be lighthearted and fun, just imagining our favorite characters as if they were real, and also I'll be imagining them in the modern day for the sake of my convenience. It might sound confusing, but so you understand, I'll start with the easiest one. Gon Freaks. By the way, nationality and ancestry might not completely match with the character's name, especially, like, not their last name, because then that'd get, like, really hard to do. If Gon were real, he'd be Brazilian. Brazilian with mixed ancestry, with the most prominent ones, Japanese and Portuguese. I can envision him living in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and him working as a zookeeper because of Gon's love for animals and good understanding of animals. Overall, because of Gon's animal skills, it would make him amazing for zoos. He would also have a hobby of fishing on the side, of course. Now for Killua. Killua would totally be a Canadian citizen of half Japanese and half Ashkenazi Jewish heritage, and would live in British Columbia. Yes, I'm getting that specific. For those who don't know, after the Jews had been exiled from the Levant for a third time, first time by the Assyrians, second time by the Babylonians, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm just gonna correct it via text on screen. But yeah, after they'd been exiled for a third time by the Romans, some Jews made their way up to Central and Eastern Europe and became the Ashkenazi Jews. Anyways, back to Killua. He'd be a professional skater, and very popular among the youth. I bet he'd even get his own TV show. I also think he would meet Gon on vacation in Brazil and immediately hit it off with him. Now back to where he lives. He and his family live in uptown Vancouver, where all the rich people are. Silva is a chiropractor, Kikyo is a stay-at-home mother, Illumi has his very own brand of hair products, and Miluki is a video game developer. Oh yeah, Kaluto and Aluka are too young to have jobs. I doubt the family attends synagogue services, but if they did, they would attend Reform synagogues because conservative and Orthodox Judaism doesn't recognize lineage via the father as valid. Next up, Leorio. Leorio is a very, very American man. There's just something so American about this man. And he's totally a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker of Spanish heritage. How do I know he's Spanish? Because he literally shares the name of a place in Spain. And both names are pronounced the same, by the way. Leorio. And he would still be a doctor like he is in the Hunter x Hunter world, and I imagine that he'd also have an influencer / content creator job, much like Dr. Mike. I imagine Leorio would meet Gon and Killua by interviewing them both on his podcast or YouTube channel, and he'd also become friends with them pretty quickly. They'd share some nice laughs. Now for the pretty one, Kurapika. Kurapika was a lot harder to pin down when it comes to nationality and ethnicity because the Kurta clan doesn't quite have a real-world equivalent. That being said, I believe him being Chinese-American makes the most sense. His shoes are very Chinese, and the outfits in the 1999 version had the magical power of being even more Chinese. Although the Kurapika is blonde, which makes it a little confusing, but I shall chalk that up to anime logic, because a bunch of Japanese characters in anime have crazy hair colors. Kurapika's occupation is author. He has been shown reading many books in the anime and manga, and it only makes sense that he'd also be interested in writing them. I also imagine that he would have lived in China when he was young, but his parents decided it would be a good idea to move to the United States, likely Washington State, maybe California. Either way, he's a fellow West Coast person like me. For his books, he mostly writes fantasy romance novels aimed at young adults, specifically women. Now it's time for the world's sauciest magician, Hisoka! Based on his name alone, he's certainly Japanese. You can even write Hisoka in kanji, actually. But if you had heard the Latin American Spanish dub for Hunter x Hunter, you would notice that Hisoka also has a French accent, leading me to believe he's either half French and half Japanese, much like Lupin III, or someone who's ethnically Japanese living in France.
Llevo esperando mucho tiempo este momento. ¡Prepárate a luchar! La razón por la cual me uní a la araña fue únicamente para vivir este momento.
And obviously he would still be a professional magician. Just hopefully he wouldn't be around children as much. But knowing the fact that he's a professional magician, Other than that, there isn't much to say about him. I hope this video was fun and made you smile. Feel free to list more characters and what you think they'd be in the comments below. Oh yeah, and by the way, I just thought y'all should know this. I almost said that Kurapika was Finnish because he just gives off Finnish vibes. But looking into it and how Chinese this man's outfits are, I don't know. Yeah, no, that dude's Chinese. And with that out of the way, like, subscribe, hit the bell, have a wonderful day, and stay groovy.